men with big lenses, like men with big cars.
Yes, okay, all right. Oh.
Hello, welcome replay viewers. Welcome to those of you joining me. I'm here with somebody today who's going to tell us a little bit at the site we're at. Just wait for a few more of you to join. Hi, nice to see you join. Got 3 people already. Hello, La, nice to see you. I'll show you the view. We're looking at the Jezreel Valley. So if you want to share this and find out what this is really about from a guide, I've got a beautiful guide here with me. His name is Motti. He's a very lovely person.
Tall and handsome.
Oh, yes, tall and handsome, yes, definitely. Finally caught me live. Yes, lad, nice to see you live. Let me introduce Motti. I'll show you Motti. Here's Motti. He's smiling at you. And Motti's here, and he's going to explain to us what this site is all about. Now, if I show you, can you see that with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can just turn it to show whatever we're looking at. Motti hasn't used Periscope before. Don't show me. We're not showing ourselves.
Okay.
Do you see? You just explain the site, and I'll show you what you're pointing to. Okay.
So we're going to start with the geography. It's the location. We are on the edge of the Jezreel Valley, and actually you are pointing the camera to what is known as the gate to the valley. On the left side, you see the slopes of Mount Carmel. On the right side, these are the hills of the Lower Galilee. There's a small gap between the Galilee and the Carmel here, which is used by the Kishon stream, the stream that actually drains the whole valley, the whole western part of the valley of the Jezreel. Now, this is a very important place in the history in terms of the international road system, because everyone knows about Via Maris, the road that actually came out from Egypt along the coast of Israel. It wasn't really a coast road, because it was more to the east along the slopes of the mountains, because the coastline was covered with swamps, so they used a safer route. But just a little bit south to Mount Carmel, it was split into 2 main routes. One was heading east, passing by Megiddo toward Jordan today, and further east toward Iraq, Babylon and Persia. And the northern section went a little bit north and actually was using this natural passage through the hills of Manasseh and Mount Carmel, through the gate to the coastline and up north to Lebanon, towards Tyre, Lebanon, and from there actually north toward Turkey and Europe. So if you've controlled this spot, you've controlled the route system that actually connected Africa to Europe. And this is the whole story of Israel. We are a bridge between the continents. So if you control Israel in the old days, you've controlled the international road system. This is why the valley here was a battlefield throughout the history of all kinds of empire that wanted to control the road system. Places like Megiddo, 28 layers, which are actually 28 destruction period. It all has to do with the international road that crosses through there. I can think about famous people that tried to conquer this area, starting from Alexander the Great, of course the pharaohs before, all the way to the Mongols that came all the way from Mongolia to the Valley of Jezreel and were defeated by the Mamluks in En Kharod. They all aimed to the same place, to the road that leads actually to Europe. Now, the tell itself, it was mentioned in the Bible at least one time, and that's in the book of Joshua. It is mentioned as a city in the territory of the tribe of Zebulun, but it was specifically mentioned as a city of the Levites. The Levites, the tribe of the Levites, is the tribe that didn't get any territory because they were serving in the temple. But the Levites got cities in the territories of all the other tribes, and one of them was the city of Yokneam in the territory of the Zebulun. And we are on the edge of the territory of the tribe of Zebulun. Straight ahead through the gate of the valley, you can see the valley of Zebulun, which is actually the coastplain of the Lower Galilee. while the place that we are standing to the east, this is the territory of the tribe of Manasseh. And indeed the hills to the south of us are known as the Manasseh Hills. Now in the old days, that's interesting, when they established the state of Israel, they call it the mountain of Ephraim, the other tribe. And then they discovered that this is an historical mistake, because this is not the settlement territory of Ephraim, and they changed it into Manasseh. So the old people still named it after Ephraim rather than after Manasseh. But right there is the valley of Manasseh. Straight ahead on the other side of the valley, you can
I'll
see
answer in a moment, okay?
the mountains of Nazareth. This
No, it's
is
not
the-
Monty. You're
This
asking
is-
your name.
This is the central part of the Galilee, and you can see the F-16 just taking off from the military airport of Ramat David. Someone wanted to ask you now?
Yeah, I'm getting some questions here.
Yeah.
This is Moti Bartov.
Yeah, I am.
Moti is a tour guide, and he has a website. What's your website, Moti?
Travel Israel Info. Oh, let's wait for the F-16.
Travelisrael.info?
Yeah.
Travelisrael.info is his website if you want to use him as a guide. And he lives in this area, so this is his home territory. Okay. Moti, M-O-T-I. M for mother, O for orange, T for Tommy, I for Israel.
Yeah.
Moti Bartuv. B-A-R-T-U-V.
The Israeli Air Force is not cooperating with that.
So he knows all about this area.
Anyway, the Nazareth mountain ridge, which is the southern mountain ridge in the central part of the Galilee, and from here the Galilee stretches to the north, a mountain ridge, valley, a mountain ridge, valley, a mountain ridge, valley, and the most southern one is the Nazareth mountain. Now, if you look to the side, you can see like a water tower over there. This is the city of Migdal Emek. It's a bit dusty today because we're having the warm air coming from the desert, and the warm air also brings with it the dust. So,
Yes, that's right. Travelisrael.info. That's right, isn't it? Travelisrael.info. Travel-info.israel. Can I spell one more time? Travel, T-R-A-V-E-L hyphen Israel.info. Okay? And his name is Moti Bartov. He's a good guide. You can tell that, can't you?
second best. The best one, no, second. The best one died last week. It's a sad story, never mind.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, if we follow the view to the right, you can see a mountain hill over there. This is Givat HaMoreh, the hill of the watcher. It is mentioned in the famous battle of the Israelites against Yavin, the king of Chatzor, at the time of the prophet Deborah. This is the mountain to which Deborah sent the watcher to
Yes,
warn
that's right, all of you.
from the coming of the army of Chatzor, led by the famous general Sisera. And it's impossible to see, but to the right side, on a good day, you can actually see the mountains of Jordan. Just on
It's
the
too
other
misty
edge.
today, isn't it?
It's just too dusty.
Yeah, too dusty.
Now, the whole area here, this part of the valley stretches from Armageddon, from Megiddo to here. It's the area that is known as the plain of Armageddon, mentioned in the Revelation of John as the place of the final battle. Armageddon is a place. It's the mountain of Megiddo.
Yes.
Megiddo in Hebrew.
So where is that from here?
Well, actually, it's the whole southern part of the Jezreel Valley,
Right.
along the road underneath us, which is
So all
road
of this.
65, and the end of the road 65 is actually the archaeological tell of Megiddo on the edge of the hills over there. So when you talk about the Armageddon plain, it's the plain around you, and that's the western part of the Jezreel Valley.
So this couldn't be a more historic or more prophetic site, really.
Yeah, you can see Nazareth, the city of Jesus, and the place of the
Okay,
final.
where is that from here?
Nazareth? It's up on the mountain beyond Migdal HaEmek. You can see some building popping up from the mountains. This is Nazareth Elite, the Jewish city above Nazareth. This is the Nazareth area over there. Nazareth itself is low. It's like in a basin in between the mountain. It's hard to see it until you actually get to there. But this is the living place of Jesus and the location of the final battle. Everything is very close in Israel. I mean, you don't have to walk too much to get from one place of event to the others, and tend to surprise people how things are very close.
Okay, I think I'm going to finish the scope here so that I save my battery for other places, okay? If you want to share it quickly with anybody else, please do so. Anybody interested in biblical sites, please share it. And anybody interested in Motti as a guide, he'll be very pleased to hear from you. Okay? All right then, bye-bye and thank you for watching.